Anyone in South Africa knows that all my props for my videos come from the Crazy Store. I saw this fitness band hanging there at the checkout and I thought, you know what, I'm going to buy it and I'm going to put it to the test. The fitness watch that I wear is a Polar Vantage M. Before I proceed with this video, Polar hasn't sponsored me, neither has the Crazy Store. I bought this out of my own money, expensed it on the business, purely so that I could see if these two pick up more or less the same steps on the same distance walk. The reason why I wanted to do that is because a watch like this cost me 6,000 Rand, whereas a watch like this cost 299 Rand. There's a massive difference in pricing. Now, before we proceed with this video, I want you to know I didn't buy this one just to measure my steps. This has so many more functions when it comes to my running, being able to see my pace, the distance and heart rate, and absolutely everything else that goes with it. So for me as a runner, it is super beneficial for me to have a watch like this. Whereas if you're just starting with your fat loss expedition and you just want to monitor your steps, something like this could be beneficial. But I first want to test what the steps read on each of them for when I do a walk. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to take my phone with me on the walk to see if it picks up the same amount of steps as what these two do. Understand that carrying your phone with you all the time is not convenient. Hence why I'm trying to look for cheaper options for a step counter that you can use. The biggest thing to note for me is no matter what the readings come back as, both of these will be super beneficial to get you up and get you walking. The reason I say that is because if this one measures a little bit more or a little bit less than what this one does, you're wearing this one and you're not necessarily wearing this one. So if this one says to you, you've done 1,000 steps and your goal is 6,000 steps for the day, you still know, okay, cool, let's get up every hour upon the hour and go for a walk to increase those steps. So I do want you to know that, yes, whilst these both are not 100% accurate, they are motivating. They motivate you to get your bum off that chair and walk a little bit more throughout the day. 166 steps, 5,756. With my phone, I've downloaded a step counting app and it's on 3,259 steps. So I'm going to use all of the steps that they're currently on as their starting steps and then recalculate the end steps after my walk to check what they've picked up. One thing I will say is this one's quality is not the greatest, but I mean, I did only pay 299 Rand for it. They're on the same arm. Let's go for this walk. It's absolutely a stunning day in Cape Town. You know, whilst I'm walking, I'm also thinking, if you're able-bodied and you're able to walk, check these two birds. Look at these two birds. Mandy, what language is that? It's bird language. Is it birds? How super blessed am I to be physically able to actually walk? Like, it is, so many people take it for granted. And you know what the coolest thing is? It's not just about physical activity, it's about your mental health, your emotional health. It helps reduce the stress. You don't even need to place pressure on yourself to walk at the fastest pace. Oh, the tree. To walk at the fastest pace possible. Like, walk at a pace that you're comfortable with. Start off with that pace and just get going, get moving. After doing it for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you'll see all the amazing benefits. Listen to all the birds. Like, I'm one with nature. And in this nature area over there, we've got that orange thing. Its natural nature name is the Rachiatus and the hosepipe hiatus. You see, you can explore and learn so many new things on your walks as well. Rachiatus in its natural environment. Yo, that guy was jacked. He does a little bit more than walking. We're not quite there yet. Tired Rachiatus, taking a nap. Shame, bless. I'm back from my walk. I've done the maths. I've done the quick calculations. My phone ended up with 5,656. My watch that I wear ended up with just short of 8,300 as I got home. 8,292. And this one ended up with just over 2,600. I'll read the step difference for you guys between the three of these. And remember, that's based purely just on the walk that I did now. The phone read that I did 2,388 steps. The 299 Rand device read that I did 2,445 steps. And my more expensive running watch read that I did 2,522 steps. Now, whilst there might be a couple of 100 different steps here and there between the different monitors, at the end of the day, that's really not much. And like I said, the most important thing is that you get up and you move more. No matter which one of these devices you use, at the end of the day, consistency is key. And this one may have measured 80 steps less than this one, But realistically, they both do the same thing. They motivate you to get up and go and walk a little bit more. Get those steps in here and there. You can then see at 7 p.m. at night, oh, I'm 1,000 steps from my step goal. And that's where these little things push you. Let me see if I can get another 1,000 steps here or there. And I do feel that nowadays people focus way too much on everything having to be 100% accurate. Let's be real about it. Neither of these are 100% accurate at the end of the day. But if wearing a step monitor motivates you to get up and get those steps in, then I'd highly recommend that you do use a step monitor. I know for a fact for myself, it's highly motivating, because if at 9 a.m. in the morning I look at my watch and I'm like, oh, I've only got 1,000 steps, that's where I'm like, fuck man, to get your ass off that chair and quickly go for a 5-minute walk around the complex. Do you need a watch that costs 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 Rand? No. If you are just starting out and you just want to be a little bit more motivated to get those steps, you really don't need top of the range step monitor. Something like this measures your steps just as well as what something like that does. Only thing I will say is that the quality of this is not great. It feels very flimsy, and I haven't had it long enough to test the battery life, and I don't know what the lifespan of this is. But if you're looking for a cost-effective way of monitoring your steps, something like this, I'm not saying exactly this one, it can do the job, it will do the job, because the job is to get you off your bum, to walk a little bit more, and that's exactly what these things do. When it comes to the phone, I'm going to be very honest. Ideally, I don't like carrying my phone around with me every second of the day, so it is going to miss out on a number of the steps that I take, whereas if something is around my arm, I do know that it is monitoring all my steps. You can even get a pedometer, which you clip onto your belt or you clip onto your shoelaces, and you leave it there for the day, and it monitors your steps as you proceed with the day. And just seeing the numbers on your monitor can be the thing that motivates you to get out there and do a couple more steps on a regular basis.